festival in rural Bengal. It also observes the founding of the Brahma Mandir, characterized by Bengali folk dance, music and tribal sports, as well as arts, crafts and food, and insight of true heritage of Shantiniketan. We do hope you've had some time to savor the food and the lovely stalls downstairs. Now, we have a very special guest with us today. May I request His Honour, the Mayor of Stockport, to say a few words to inaugurate our Winter Festival. His Honour, the Mayor of Stockport.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting me to this candlelit Winter Festival. Can I say the hall looks really splendid, as do the ladies and gentlemen and the boys and girls in the traditional costumes. It looks really nice. I believe this event is to celebrate traditional Indian music, culture and dance with traditional English carols to bring communities together. And anything that brings communities together is to be welcome. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Thank you very much.
Before we continue this evening, today is a very special day for the students of Surangon. We are launching the very first album recorded by the students. If you haven't picked up a copy, we'd urge you to do so after this. The music was arranged by Subrata Mukherjee along with some of Kolkata's premier musicians. We are thrilled to have with us tonight literary figure and writer Dr. Navakumar Basu with us this evening. Internationally acclaimed Bengali writer and a medical doctor by profession, Dr. Navakumar Basu is the son of the renowned writer Somaresh Basu, and he burst into the Bengali literature scene in 1977. He has authored 35 novels and over 200 short stories, as well as numerous travelogues and thrillers. His famous works include Chiroshakha, Juborani Diana, Nagorik, Rohoshochar, Srimoima, Hiyan Porobash, Punoravasho. Tomar Aadhar Tomar Alo is the well-known recent addition to the list. He was awarded the Best Author by the North American Bengali Cultural Association, NABC, in Houston. We would like to invite Dr. Navakumar Basu to launch Kon Notunne Dag, a collection of Rabindranath Tagore's songs sung by the students of Surangon. And it's a first, I think, for any music school in the Northwest in England today. So round of applause, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, respected Mr. Mayor, it's really a privilege for me, and I'm really honored that somehow I've been invited to this very gorgeous function and occasion. To be very frank, although I'm a resident in this country since many, many years, I've never seen a program like this. It's really unique in that sense. that's why I really just said, it's just not for the sake of my saying, but I really feel honored actually. As a writer in our own mother's tongue, Bengali, I've been to different other places in different countries, and I felt that at the end of the day, although our Bengali language is sometimes 6th and sometimes 7th international language, and although quality of the language is said to be very high, but it has not been properly accepted in that way. Even then, I believe that there are some people on earth, they will be continuing with their mother tongue and will just live with their own language. I have been asked to say a few words about this function and this program, and it's better to say something in English, although I can see that there are a lot of people who speak in Bengali as well, and I really feel happy that so many people in this weather gathered here just to give support to this program, to the kids, and to Rishi and Ballari's program. The school, other than Surangon, Sur and Ongon, which means tuning and the place, I know something about Rishi's moksha. According to spelling, we pronounce it as moksha, although it should be actually mokho. And it's very difficult to explain to the people particularly who are not acquainted with Hindu religion as well as Bengali. But just to cut a long story short, moksha means actually liberation. Liberation is a bit different from freedom. It's not really freedom, it's liberation. And people who are living in this country since many years and still wants to gain some sort of liberation through their performances, through their practice, through their culture, music, everything. It's not a very easy thing. Ballarian Dr. Soumitra Banerjee's very capable, able son, Rishi Banerjee, just standing by my side on the left-hand side, is an extremely talented person. And with little bit of my own experience, I can understand and how difficult it is for him to become a singer of this stature today. That's also another cause of my happiness to attend this program. There is an effort which has been described here, that mix-up of East and West culture. This was initiated by our legendary Nobel laureate poet Rabindra Tagore. Although he is much more known as Tagore, I don't know why it is Tagore when we can all pronounce Tagore. So Rabindra Tagore or Rabindra Tagore, he actually felt this earlier in the 20th century, that there should be a mix-up of not only East and West, but with the people of the different people, rural people, and the people of the urban area. Everybody should mix up. And that's how ultimately culture actually gets the real color. I hope a grand success of today's program, and I personally feel extremely delighted to attend this program and very much thankful to the organizers. Thank you very much.
Dr. Masood, we are extremely delighted that you could make the time for us. And on behalf of the students of Surangon, Rishi will present a small token of our thanks. Once again, welcome to the Festival of Christ, also known in Bengali as Krishto Utsav, part of this year's Winter Festival. Rabindra, the first Asian Nobel laureate, has been and remains a towering figure whose literary works have enriched the educational, social and cultural environment in India, establishing a true rapport between the East and the West. Tagore started his own school in Shantiniketan in rural Bengal in 1901, educating children from all walks of life amidst nature. Classes and festivals were held under the shade of trees, and children were taught about the beauty of nature and how to protect the environment. Tagore was a huge believer in festivals, not only to bring everybody together through music and dance, but also to educate them. Amongst many, he introduced the Harvest Festival, the Spring Festival, and the Tree Planting Festival. With his emerging fame as a writer, Tagore travelled widely and emphasized the need for gathering knowledge from everywhere in the world. Gitanjali, Song Offerings, is a collection of Tagore's devotional poems expressing spiritual adoration for God, and the themes resonate with people of all faiths. Edward J. Thompson, a biographer of Tagore, wrote, "What matters in Tagore is his personal experience of God, of the depth and sincerity of this no one who has read Gitanjali can doubt. God is strangely close to his thought. God becomes more personalized for him, the Indian, in the most intimate, individual fashion than he does for the ordinary Christian. I can only assume that he has found it so in personal experience, that neither flesh nor blood revealed it to him, but our Father in heaven." In a letter to his friend Charles Freer Andrew, a Christian missionary, educator and social reformer in India, Tagore writes, "I have read your book on Christ. It made me think. The mode of expression in a Christian life is love which works. In that of a Hindu, it is love which contemplates, enjoys the spiritual emotion as an end in itself. The attitude of mind that realizes the superhuman in a human setting has rendered a great service to civilization, just as its perversion has been the cause of an awful and widespread mischief. You know how all through my life my idea of the divine has concentrated in man, the eternal, and I find that in your own religious experience. You have the same idea centered in a concrete, historical personality. His interpretation of Christ's life and his teachings was entirely unconnected with any Christian church, though." In a letter to his friend, Tagore writes, "In every age and country, facts are given to us in order that we may provide them with some special expression of truth. Facts are like atoms in gases. They fight with or else fly away from one another. But when they are united in a drop of dew, they attain beauty and reality. Man, must have that creative magic to bring the facts of his time into some unity of creation. In Christ and Buddha, this creative ideal tried to unite men who were divided because of their formalism in religious faiths. The most important of all facts in the present age is that the East have met the West. Tagore introduced Krishna Utsav, the Festival of Christ, on 24th December 1910. Artistic designs called Alpona or Rangoli were, and still are, drawn on the floor of the Upasana Mandir or the meditation hall. Alpona or Rangoli is an age-old art form where artistic designs were drawn on the floor using natural ingredients like ground rice, flowers, leaves to celebrate special occasions. Tagore encouraged the use of alponas for his festivals, not only to uphold the traditions, but to express creativity through art. It was the perfect setting for two traditions to unite: Christmas carols and songs composed by himself in a candlelit ceremony which culminated in an enchanted evening. We brought this concept in 2016, the first of its kind in the UK, and this evening we continue to celebrate the way Tagore did in Shantiniketan. You will have all received a program. We would be delighted if you could join us with the songs, as this is an evening to come together. Since it is difficult to translate the songs written in Bengali, we have provided a summary of each song.
Nira Shayana Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government, the peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from the time on and forever. The zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this.
Amen. by Rabindra. It is his only poem originally written in English, which was later translated in Bengali as Shishu Tirtho. The poem describes a group of people on a pilgrimage. The group consists of kings and beggars, the young and the old, the virtuous and the sinner. They continue their journey, guided by a star, and reach a village where they see a mother with her newborn on a bed of straw. The rays of the morning sun were shining on the baby.
From all quarters, from across the seas, the mountains and the pathless wastes. They come from the valley of the Nile and the banks of the Ganges, from the snow-soaked uplands of Tibet. Is pompously decorated. Agile young scholars and teachers burdened with learned age jostle each other in the crowd. Women come chatting and laughing, mothers, maidens and wives, offerings of flowers and fruit, sandal paste and scented oil.
strikes the sun at the door. The assembled crowd feel in their blood the primeval chant of creation. Mother, open the gate. The gate opens. The mother is seated on a straw bed with the babe on her lap, like the dawn with the morning star. The sun's ray that was waiting at the door outside falls on the head of the child. The poet strikes his lute and sings out, "Victory to man, the newborn, the ever-living." They kneel down, the king and the beggar, the saint and the sinner, the wise and the fool, and cry, "Victory to man, the newborn, the ever-living." The old man from the east murmurs to himself, "I have seen." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and a baby who was lying in the manger.
When they saw that star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their presents and treasured and presents and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Jaya 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 God, again and again, through the ages, you have sent messengers to this pitiless world. They have said, forgive everyone. They have said, love one another, rid your hearts of evil. They are revered and remembered. Yet, still in these dark days, we turn them away with hollow greetings from outside the doors of our houses. And meanwhile, I see secretive hatred murdering the helpless under the cover of night, and justice weeping silently and furtively at power misused, no hope of redress. I see young men working themselves into a frenzy in agony, dashing their heads against stone to no avail. My voice is choked today. I have no music in my flute. Black, moonless night has imprisoned my work, plunged it into nightmare. And this is why, with tears in my eyes, I ask, those who have poisoned your air, those who have extinguished your light, can it be that you have forgiven them? Can it be that you love them?
Oh
disguising devotees in prayer. Wild butchers roar, "Slay him! Nail him on the cross!" Chantings and roarings are one. Son of God cries in deep pain, "Father, O my Lord, this cup is full to the brim with poison. Take it away, throw it afar." In my life, thy will is ever taking shape. And for this, thou, who art the King of Kings, hast decked thyself in beauty to captivate my heart. Therefore, Lord, you have come to me. It is your love in the heart of your devotee, and thou art seen in the perfect union of being with me.
The light strikes, my darling, the chords of my love. The sky opens, the winds run wild, laughter passes over the earth. The butterflies spread their sails on the sea of light. Lilies and jasmine surge up on the crest of the waves of light. The light is shattered into gold on every cloud, my darling, and it scatters gems in confusion. Mirth spreads from leaf to leaf, my darling, and gladness without measure. The heavens river has drowned its banks, and the flood of joy is abroad.
We reflect with thankful hearts on the wonder of your birth, the love you expressed when you left your glory to come to earth. For your light was like a beacon, Lord, shining brightly in the night, filling the world with the radiance of the Father's glorious light. And we too long to have inside your light for others to see, the beautiful reflection of your grace and the wonder of your majesty. For as your light indwells our hearts, we can shine wherever we are and arise to take hold of each new day with your light ablaze in our hearts. So rekindle the flame within us, Lord, so it will not flicker nor dim. Ignite us with the light of your love, so you will shine brightly within.
Mary,
This is something I'm going to read. It's a Bengali poem, and it's written by the poet Nilabjo, and it's a nickname, I believe, isn't it? What's the original name? Dr. Nutu Bihari Chattopadhyay. Of course, just like we thought, because the light is less, an aged person, a bit difficult, but I'm reading it in Bengali, and I don't think I have any opportunity to translate it simultaneously. But if somebody else can do it later, that's not bad, really. But, well, at this point, number of audiences, I don't think it will be difficult to understand. That this is actually a message from the Jesus Christ, which is written in Bengali. বেথলেহেমের পর্ণকুটিরে জন্ম নিল যে শিশু, কুমারী মেরির সন্তান সেই মানব প্রেমিক যিশু। ছোট্ট শিশুটি ক্রমে বড় হয়ে হলো মহামহিরুহ, অসীম গুণের অধিকারী নয়, অত্যুক্তি একটিও। গরিব হয়েও ধনলিপ্সায় খেলায় করিল জয়, দয়া ও প্রেমের মহিমা ঘোষিল সারাটি বিশ্বময়। তার বাণী প্রেম, মৈত্রী, ক্ষমায় মানব ধর্ম সার, হিংসার নীতি মানবের নয়, দানবের অনাচার। সেই দানবীয় দেশই একথা বলল যিশুর প্রাণ, তবু বলে গেল অবোধ জনেরে ক্ষমা করে ভগবান। তারপর কত যুগ গেছে, তবু 25শে ডিসেম্বর ভোলে নাই কেহ মানবের মনে হয়ে আছে ভাস্বর। যিশুর বাণী যে সত্যের বাণী, শিবময় সুন্দর, হয় নেই তার, হয়নি, হবে না, সে যে অবিনশ্বর।
But this evening will be complete without telling you about the participants, who's who and who's done what. Excuse me. So, Surangon, the music school, Mohor Bhikari, Rupayan Bush, Sana Shorkar, Sujanika Banerjee, Tanishta Ganguly, Riyan Rahman, Aditya Mukherjee, Oishani Dotto, Anandita Goswami, Oronika Mo Chaudhary, Rotati Bose Haider, Della Hamilton, Nikon Rahman, Madhumita Banerjee, Madhumita Dotto, Mark Parkinson, Piali Pal, Rashmi Dave, Romita Ganguly, Shobita Laha, Shukla Nandi, Shuma Pal, Snigdha Udhikari, the singers of Surangon. Conducted by Alison Owen. Sounds so beautifully today. Round of applause, please. Our musicians today on the tabla, Orunabu Bordhon, Onish Basu, Onish Paul, Onish Pal, Raya Dashgupta, Rivonia Goswami, Romi Paul, Vishakha Sharkar, yours truly, Millie Basu and Navakumar Basu. And crystal shop set and design, Megha Goswami. Set decoration and paintings, Akash Ganguly, Mimi Ray and Aparajita Basu. Sound, light and set, Steve Shuttlewood. Concept, Rishi Banerjee, direction, Valerie Banerjee.
So we won't take too much time because we have finished on time, and obviously there are people have places to be and places to go, but just need to say a few thank yous from our part, because this is a huge undertaking. So it takes a lot of people, a lot of hands, a lot of there are a lot of people, so it's a bit of a long list, so you'll have to bear with me, but hopefully we will have covered most of the names. But firstly, as you can see from the middle here, a lot of time, attention to detail has gone into this design, which we first thought of doing in 2016. As was mentioned in the introduction, you'll see that the Alpona and the rangolis have been carefully designed, and around it we've used our imagination a little bit more. It's probably a little bit more in keeping with the Christmas tradition here. But still, it brings things alive, and it's a slightly different format and concept to a traditional show. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and certainly been a pleasure creating this as well for you all this evening. I'd like to extend my gratitude to to Dr. Navakumar Basu for agreeing straight away to be our guest to launch the album, and of course also to the Mayor of Stockport for taking the time to be here this evening. It does mean a lot to us to have such great support, so thank you very much for taking the time. Also, I'd like to thank Alison, Joe, Claire, who's not here, and the rest of the team here who have made it from the Lowry Choir. They again, immediately, with no hesitation, agreed to sing this evening. So thank you so much. To the musicians, they've given a lot of time. They've disappeared because they're in a bit of a rush because they're on a train shortly. But nevertheless, they're they have worked very hard. They've given their time to rehearse, and without them, we're nothing. So thank you so much. Also to our wonderful moderator anchor, Gopali Ghosh, thank you so much. It's very important to bring it all together, so thank you so much. And now to the attention to the sets and the designs. I know I mentioned a little bit more, but first of all, of course, Meera Goswami, thank you so much for being patiently gathering everything together, bringing it together. The hut that you saw downstairs for the Bosh Mela was her concept as well, so something different, hopefully, to the occasion. Also, thanks to Mimi Ray, to Aparijita Basu, to Akash Ganguly as well for assisting on all the decorating and the paintings. To the Bosh Mela team, we've got Moli Rahman, Joyita Sinha, Paul Broadbent, Sailesh Mehta, Naina Mehta, Jyoti and Sandhya Kavika for the Puchkas, Anindita Goswami, Jaya Drupal, Madhumita Dutta, Shantana Chatterjee, Shukla Nandi, Shumitra Biswas, Shuparna Mukherjee, Shuparna Odhikari, Dada Hamilton, to Shujata Ghosh, Christine, Roshni Sharkar, Anupul Goswami, Shamulaha, and Shanti Nandi. As you can see, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that you don't get to see, but they are integral to everything we do. Also, thank you to people who agreed to photograph the video for us as well, and also to the students of Surangon, and to all the parents as well who come diligently week in, week out to come to class to rehearse. It's sometimes quite demanding. I might sometimes be even more demanding, but they have a lot of patience. They work incredibly hard. We learn at the same time. So thank you to everyone. Also, one thing I do want to add, which didn't happen sadly due to logistical reasons, but we were supposed to have some folk music downstairs for the Bosh Mela, and we unfortunately it didn't quite work out. But we will bring that hopefully at some point in the future. But we'd like to thank first of all Krushin Bhai for agreeing in the first place to do it. But we will bring that back and present that at another time. So that's something to be noted. On a personal note, I'd just like to also say that, I'm based in London, so a lot of the development and all the preparation and organisation has been done by a lot of time, a lot of organisation, a lot of coordination, what's going to happen, bringing all the, whatever we need, everything is thanks to Mark, so thank you so much.
Thank you.